Hi, my amazing audience. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Azmi and you're watching Writers Literary. Let's talk about books. So here we are, and today I am going to talk about a book which is very, 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 very dear to me. It is like my favorite book. I can give it that title, and honestly, I do not have favorites in anything, basically anything, not songs, not artists, not anything. But this might be my favorite book. And when people ask me what are your favorite authors or favorite books, it's been 2-3 years, and this book is always on the list. Like always, it never changes. So to review it is a big deal for me because it is like you have a person you love and then they are also an artist and you have to judge their artwork. Like how can you even do that? Even if it is amazing, you cannot just judge it. But here I am reviewing it because people ask me what is your favorite book, why don't you review it? Here I am, thank you for the dilemma, but I want you guys to read that book. And the book is none other than The Kite by Khaled Hosseini. It is such an amazing book and I will be giving it a 10 out of 10 star. This is the only book which I give a full score, like a full perfect chumma worthy score. I think no book has a power to shake me like this book shook me. It was like it almost, the words came out of the novel, grabbed me and they were like, Azmi! And I am really in love with this book. I have nothing to say but I love this book. So let me brief you about the book. The book is set in beautiful Afghanistan and it is about a man called Amir. And Amir is currently not living in Afghanistan, he is living out somewhere and he gets a call, he gets some news and he is teleported back to a time where he was living in Afghanistan with his father, where he craved his father's validation a lot. But then he didn't get it. And guess who got it? Hassan. Hassan, the side character. Hassan, who I am in love with. Hassan, which is a character I relate to an infinite level. It is a delicacy. Hassan is a feeling, not a character for me. So Hassan gets the attention of Amir's father because of the way he is. And then the story goes on, and Hassan is a very loyal person. Hassan is like a servant kind of thing in Amir's house. He has a little hut or a room, you can say, outside Amir's house in the same like place, and he lives there with his mother or someone, I guess his guardian, and he plays with Amir when they were kids and he protects him. He does a lot and then still he doesn't realize how amazing of a person he is. But Amir on the other hand is jealous of him, not because of how much attention he gets from his father, but because he portrays his own insecurity on Hassan, and that is something a lot of people do. And we have so much to learn from that. That sometimes, because of being insecure, we hurt the people who want nothing but good in our lives. Like how bad it is to hurt a well-wisher. And then some disturbing facts, some disturbing history comes to the light for the reader. And at page 70 or 71, I was holding the book, it was 2 a.m. and I was crying reading it because it was so impactful, it was so heart-wrenching and I just couldn't take it, but then I read the book in a whole night. This goes on and then some disturbing things turns out, and the best part about this book, what is I love you? It is too overrated. For me, it is for you 1,000 times over. A quote Hassan said to Amir, and it haunts me and it strikes me like lightning, and I am too filled with emotions for this book. It is very real for me, and if any of you comments it's just fiction, I will kill you guys. Respectfully. Hassan sits with Amir and Amir shares his love, his passion, his knowledge of stories with him, and Hassan is always fascinated and he wants to learn more. But then later in the story, we get to know that Hassan and Amir gets parted away, and then years later when he's an adult, he finds out that Hassan had a son, and then he goes out to look for him, and then stuff happens and there is so much. And we watch Amir's journey as he goes from a desperate little boy wanting his father's attention to a man who is struggling in his life, who is trying to maintain the life he made for himself. He then goes on a self-discovery type of journey to make the mistakes he made in his past better, to sort them out, And then the last part, where his heart breaks and the realization sets in. My heart broke too. And I have read that book about 6 times, and I kept crying whenever I read that because it is a very nice book. And people say, why would you read a book which makes you cry again and again? I'm like, why would you not? Sadness is not an emotion that is embraced by people, and I don't know why people don't embrace it. Sadness has its own beauty. And it is not actually sadness, it was empathy that made me cry for the characters in the book. And are you even human if you don't have empathy or sympathy? Ask that question to yourself. And honestly, even though the book revolved around Amir's life, the main character was Hassan. It was almost like Amir wanted to be in control, wanted to be the main character of his life in every way possible. But at the end, it was Hassan who became the main character of Amir's life. And the little Amir would not like it, would complain, would cry, would try to snatch opportunity from Hassan. But the Amir right now, in the future, accepted it. And that was the most beautiful part of it. It is not a romance. It is kind of a contemporary fiction, and I don't know what to call it because it is just amazing. The story sets in Afghanistan, shows the struggles of Afghani people, shows a little bit of their culture, and it is just beautiful. Khaled Hosseini has magic in his eyes. His works are so amazing, and I reviewed another book sometime back, A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. You should watch that video. It is an amazing book too. But this is the epitome of perfectness. And as I said before, this is a 10 out of 10 book. And I remember I wanted a friend of mine to read this book, and I gave them the book. And then they have it for about a year, and I missed my book. They're like my little kid. Like, oh, I was missing my baby, my book. So I bought another one. Yes. And I read it again, and then I cried it again, and that is when I felt satisfaction. What are some of the weird ways you feel satisfaction? Comment down below and let me know. And share this video with your bookworm friends or friends in general. Subscribe to my channel, and up until next time, bye bye.